Okay, so I don't know how to set up this. Oh, I just went live. How do I set up the tripod? I got the tripod part set up. By the way, hello everybody. This is me trying to figure out how to use technology. How do? Want to go over there? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go wander, and let me see how I can. Hold on. That rooster. I hope we eat that rooster tonight, so it doesn't wake me up tomorrow morning. Hello, 6 people. Sorry, I'm trying to. Shut up! I'm trying to talk, rooster. That rooster is such a cock.
I think he's the biggest one, actually.
He's the biggest one. All right, so I'm wandering to a different spot on the property. Let's see.
If you grab the little bench over there.
Okay, so I see. We're wandering over. So we're at the first disc golf course and the only disc golf course in Cambodia. Look, that's the practice basket. That's the tournament central. This is one of the owners. Hello. We're gonna. Oh, actually, I'm just trying to find a place where I can get set up and to do this. All right, I think this is even better. Oh, hello. Thank you.
You're a little bit further away from the rooster here.
I'm further away from the rooster. Oh wait. Oh, that worked. Okay, here. So I just have to. Oh, how does this now? I gotta tighten it. I'm trying to. Thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. It's supposed to balance. I don't know how to do anything. Hey, it worked. Hello, Lee Davidson. Hello, Ryan. This is disc golfing in Cambodia. Is this wild? And there's a dog. So we're out there. We're actually. So check this out. So the course, I'll make a video about this, but the course that we're playing on, I asked the person running the tournament out here. I said, like, how big is your property? Because he's got 18 holes, and he says, oh, I just have the little piece here with where a couple bungalows are in this little thing here. And I said, well, whose property is the course on? And he said, oh, a whole bunch of people. So the course is just, he just set up baskets on other people's property. And I said, do people have a problem with that? And he says, no, it's like communal space out here. Like, even though people own the property, like, you're welcome to use it. I mean, you're not damaging anything. It's perfectly acceptable to put up a basket and put a hole, in someone's yard. And true story. And apparently no one has a problem with it. Everybody's totally chill with, like, a disc golf course in their yard, even though they don't know what it is. But everybody's so sweet and, like, so nice out here. Hello, everybody. Matthew Wilson, I love you. Scott, oh, I love you too. By the way, I'm very old looking and unshaven because I was having a hard time figuring out how to use the hot water here because it's like technology. Anything that's like technology is impossible for me to do. So the technology of making this hot water. Good morning. How are you? Hey, you want to go say hi to millions of people on YouTube? This is some of the people that build the course out here. I say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Should they come to Cambodia to disc golf?
Yeah, welcome you go Cambodia, the disc golf, Cambodia, and the Siem Reap.
Yep, come to Siem Reap to disc golf. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, they everyone's so sweet here. This is the first disc golf course first and only disc golf course in the entire country of Cambodia, and it's in Siem Reap. So if you're familiar with Angkor Wat, which is one of the most amazing places on earth that we're going to get to go do a tour of on Monday and Tuesday. We can't this week because of the tournament, but Monday and Tuesday we're going out there. There was a time, I think, like 700 or 800 years ago, when there was like 50,000 people living in London, and there were 250,000 people at Angkor Wat. And this I don't want to get my facts completely wrong, but there was a period of time where Angkor Wat in Cambodia was the largest or most populated city on earth. And we never even heard about it when we were in school because they didn't really know about it. it was this, all these like temples in this city that was all covered up by the jungle that they've just been uncovering for the last number of decades. And they keep discovering it gets larger and larger and larger. And now the city is like, what is it? The size of like it's a city of 1 million people that was like hidden in the jungle that they've just been discovering. It's just wild. So anyways, that's like 7 kilometers away, the main temple from here. So this is the place. What's up, Kurt?
Angkor means the city. Like
Angkor just means city.
Yeah.
Angkor Wat. So city Wat.
It's the city's temple. It's like the temple. That's
and then Wat means temple, right? So city temple. Yeah, go ANGKOR. Just go look it up. If you haven't seen pictures of this, I'm so excited.
Sorry.
Yes. Hey, what's up, Patrick? What?
This is the answer trying to type or something.
The ants, yeah. There are. Oh, yeah. No, there's a bunch of ants on the table. Yeah. That's okay. We'll share the space. We'll be at peace and harmony with the ants because we're in a Buddhist country. We'll be at peace with the ants until no one's looking. Then I'm gonna squish them with my thumb because I'm still a Westerner. Yeah, this is the place.
Ooh, puppy.
Hey, don't lick me, dog. Oh, that's right. People are watching. I love dogs. Yeah, come lick me and be a dog.
No, especially not my fingers.
Yeah. So the thing about out here, if you ever have a chance to come out to Southeast Asia, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Easily, you can get by in $1,000 a month. Would you say? $1,500 a month, you live like a king out here. The meals, we'll go sit down in a place to eat. Me and Adriana, we'll get 2 meals plus like an appetizer, amazing, delicious food. We'll get 2 cups of tea, a couple fruit smoothies, and a diet soda, and the whole thing will cost $3 total for both of us, $1.50 a piece. We're staying at about as nice a place as you could possibly stay in. With our room, it's so fancy pants. Netflix and air conditioning is $20 a night. You can stay way cheaper. I think the bungalows, you can actually stay out here at some of these other less expensive places for $5 a night. It's great. Have I felt safe traveling through Asia? Yeah. Okay. That's a great question. And this is so first off, yes, absolutely. So one of the things that we do, and by the way, I keep looking around because I want to, as we run into people that are here for the course, I want to have them say hi. When we are looking at when we are looking at the places, we're doing our research, for crime in areas, but we differentiate between property crime and violent crime. Right? Those are 2 totally different things. There's places where you might not want to leave your cell phone on a table, but no one's going to point a gun at you and steal your wallet on the street, right? There is virtually 0 violent crime in Southeast Asia. I mean, it's non-existent enough where I think Adriana could walk down any street in Southeast Asia any time of night. And would you say you feel safe? Mm-hmm. And you're safe. There are some countries, especially because of poverty in big cities, where you don't leave your backpack on a table and go use a restroom, right? I mean, just common sense stuff. But it's not bad. But as far as physical safety, it's violent crime is almost unheard of here. Not an issue at all. But
you think they can see that water buffalo out there?
No, I don't know. It's way too small. You can all see the water. Do you guys see the water buffalo in the background?
It's a bad angle.
Let's see. Let's see. Do I have a fascination with Southeast Asia over all other areas, or is this just the leg of the tour? So I do, and here's why. There's the West and the East, and then there's developing and non-developing, and there's similarities when you're within a category. I mean, Australia was amazing, but it could have been another state in the U.S. Honestly, like New Zealand was like unbelievable, but it was kind of like the U.S. I mean, you recognize the culture, everybody speaks the language, they serve the similar food. You know, it's different, but it's still the West. We've been excited to come to Asia because this is a completely different, like radically different experience. And then going from a first world country to developing or third world countries is also a completely different experience as well. Like it's fascinating because it's new, but that's the experience we wanted to have. So like out here, the people that are working out here, like if you're like say laying concrete, you're making $1 a day. That's your pay, but that's enough to, you know, you can feed your family off that. You're not getting, you know, you're just getting by, but you as a laborer, you can feed your family off the $1 a day. So like, for example, every fifth like house or hut you walk by, someone as a side hustle has a table out front where they'll have like razors and lotion and diet soda and maybe some ramen noodles, but they have a little mini store because they can buy stuff at the grocery store and for convenience mark it up 10 cents and make an extra 50 cents a day off it, right? But it's a side hustle to make extra money. So you don't have to go to town. You just walk down the street if you're thirsty, and one of the neighbors will have soda for sale. It's just like such a different experience. It's like it's so exciting. The people are unbelievably nice. They're so kind and so sweet, and they just greet you with smiles, and they're not tripping out. Oh, sorry, the owner of the property just walked by. I was gonna have him come say hi. I'm fascinated. It's a good word. I'm fascinated by it, but just in love with it. Like I can't wait to come back here. I next winter, next spring, I think we want to come back again. And look, we can afford it. Like it's like, by the way, so can you. Like it's so cheap here. I know you have work and people have life and stuff like that, but if you're able to get away, $1,000 plus your plane ticket, $1,000 a month, and you could like do great here. It's crazy. And by the way, I mean $1,000 a month. You're not struggling. $1,000 a month means eating good meals and staying in a clean place. Was my dental episode related to playing tug with Obi and his rope?
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means. It's playing tug with Obi and his rope. It sounds like a metaphor for things that I shouldn't be talking about on my family-friendly channel. No, I had a root canal surgery. I went to the dentist in Bangkok. Not Bangkok.
Yeah, Bangkok.
No. Chiang Mai.
Bangkok first.
No, yeah, Bangkok first. But I went to the dentist in Chiang Mai. This will give you an idea. So the medical care out here is top notch. Basically, in a developing country, the state-funded hospitals are what you would expect from a developing country. It's not a lot of money, not a lot of facilities. It is what it is. But that's what you could afford if you're a citizen of the country. But they have private hospitals because there's always going to be people, whether they're travelers or just people who do better, they could afford like Western level quality healthcare. And the hospitals in all these places, in all these big cities, they have hospitals that are just as good as anything in the US or Europe as far as the quality of education, cleanliness, the staff. I mean, it's top-notch equipment, right? But you pay a premium for it here. The dental care, when I went to go in Chiang Mai, I went there. I had to get x-rays. I had to do root canal surgery. It took them like an hour for 2 people with the actual dentist, not an assistant. The actual dentist did it. I paid premium top dollar for it. It was what, $60? Mm-hmm. I paid $60 for root canal surgery. And I felt every bit as comfortable as in the US. So a lot of people actually, even in the tournament, there's people that have come to the tournament here in Asia. They book it with their surgeries, their dental care, their surgeries. Everybody, it feels like half the people in the tournament are getting work done because they wait to come here to do it because they can afford to do it. You can't afford healthcare in the US. Hello again. Yeah, it's wild. You need to find the video and send it. Okay, send it. Okay, please send it. I was confused. Thank you, Little Miss. Hello, Little Miss Disc Golf. Hey, everybody, this is Little Miss Disc Golf, who just set the Guinness Book World Record for the longest throw of a flying disc by a girl aged 8 and under. She's 8 and under, and she threw.
Oh gosh, I don't remember. It was far.
It was far. It's like, Little Miss Disc Golf, please post your impressive record. It was 200 and something feet from an 8-year-old girl throwing a 360 turnaround after my own heart. She's from Christchurch, New Zealand. Is my plan to go to China? Yeah. So as of right now, it looks like we're going to get to go to China. So we're going to go to Japan. We're going to go chase the cherry blossoms for a couple of weeks. That's kind of what. That's the whole trip kind of centered around getting to Japan to see the cherry blossoms. And then the plan was to then go to Europe. And we're going to try to spend a month in Japan. But it appears that we're going to be able to go to China, to Bangkok and Shanghai. And, okay, check this out. I'm going to go ahead and break the news now, because I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, but I really hope we're going to be able to do this. So if you follow me, you know I keep trying to set these world's longest hole record. And these guys up in Minnesota keep breaking the record, keeping the spirit that I proposed, which is break it by 1 kilometer. That way 100 people can break the record, including me or them again. But they keep breaking my record. I set the record in Tasmania for the world's longest hole. Like 2 weeks later, they broke it in Minnesota. I talked to a player named Daniel Chen, and I asked him, because I realized that Beijing is only like a 2-hour train ride from Mongolia. And I was like, could we go to Mongolia and play the world's longest disc golf hole across not across Mongolia, but across like 11 miles of Mongolia? And it's possible. So he's seeking out a spot where, if we can do this, I'm going to try to reset the world's longest disc golf hole record in Mongolia. Because why not? Yeah, I can't wait. Thank you. You're welcome. 62.07 meters, 8 and under, 203 feet for an 8-year-old girl. By the way, she pushed the record back by like 30 feet or something like that. It was super impressive. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Who do I think Gannon's going to sign with? That's a really good question. My guess, if I was to guess, I think he's going to go, just guessing, I think he's going to go with Innova. Because I think Innova, I think they need a big star right now. I mean, Calvin is obviously like a favorite to win any tournament he plays. They have great players, just like Discraft and everybody else does. But Discraft has Paul, and obviously Simon and Conrad are now with MVP. I think that Innova might be the ones who are looking. Oh, and by Dynamic has Ricky, right? I think I just Innova seems like the company that is most looking to get somebody. Like would Dynamic do it after they just got Ricky? Maybe. I'm guessing it's Innova, and I think he's going to. Well, first off, Gannon's worth every penny they pay him. He's not just like a superstar, but he's just about the nicest kid. I mean, he's such a great kid. I love Gannon. I mean, he's one of my favorites. Innova, though. That's my guess. Not based on anything. That's just a hunch. I need a rematch with Ron Converse at the Lodge. I love Ron. I would, yeah, if I can, I would be happy to rematch Ron Converse next time I'm in around. Will any recap videos be released for my win? Yes, Disc Golf Guys. He shot the final round of the tournament. I was up by 1 going into the final round, and then we were tied after 9 holes. And then I think I birdied most of the back 9 and ended up winning by a fair amount, 5 or 6, I think. But it's like what you know, the old expression, it's closer than the score indicated. I won by 6, but I think we were tied with 9 holes to go. So it was not a blowout. It was very tight. And in a 9-hole round, like I happened to get hot and Shasta didn't. It could have gone the other way. But yeah, I don't think I missed.
Yeah, it was that putting though. You're just.
I made everything. I made every putt. I mean, no, that round I missed a couple putts. I had
But that was early on.
three holes I missed that round. But other than that, like on the back nine, I might have. Did I birdie out the back nine?
I think so.
I just about birdied out the whole back nine. So my longest ace. So here's the funny thing. I don't know, but it's not long. When I was playing, there weren't long holes. Like when I was throughout the 90s, when I was playing a lot, like there just weren't any holes that were like over there's barely any holes over 400 feet. So no one had long aces because there weren't opportunities to do it. So the rare opportunities to have like a 450-foot hole because we have like speed 6 discs, I never got one. So I don't have a long ace. I would say I'd be willing to bet that 300 people have longer aces than me. It's just not one of the things that I get. Favorite food so far. You know, the favorite food so far. So I don't know, because we don't when we're ordering food, every menu like has pictures on it. Not every menu, but most of the menus have pictures, and we don't really know what we're ordering a lot of the time. We just point. I think it looks like chicken, and that's a vegetable I recognize, but we're just as likely to order a vegetable we don't recognize. Everything's good. Probably the favorite food is when we were in Indonesia, the crab. We ate chili crab in Indonesia, which is probably the best thing we ate. But I can't tell you what's in it. I can tell you that it was really, really spicy. I can tell you it hurt like hell the next day, maybe for like 2 days afterwards, and it was still totally worth it.
So talk about the difference in Thai food, because everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my God, y'all. So check this out. This is crazy. This is something we've learned. We try to do as much research as we can. All right. So if you're in the U.S., you may have noticed that like 5 or 10 years ago, what's up, dude? We're doing a live stream live from you. We're going to sell out your course, your bungalow next year. So what? I would love some coffee. Thank you. 2. Thank you. So you might have noticed that if you remember like 10 years ago, there was obviously Chinese food everywhere, and there was sushi restaurants. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of Asian food. I mean, there'd be like a random like Vietnamese place or something like that. But for the most part, it was sushi and Chinese, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's something like 5,000 Thai restaurants in the U.S. Seemingly out of nowhere. It's a Thai restaurant on every corner now. So that's not an accident. Check this out. That was a plan by the Department of Tourism or some department within the Thailand government to promote tourism and trade and whatever with Thailand. They thought we need to create perceptions of Thailand, and we're going to do it by opening Thai restaurants all over. So the Thai government didn't open all these restaurants around the U.S. They're all individuals who want to open Thai restaurants, but the government like helps finance it, does the loans, but you're required. This is the funny part. They're almost like chains. They're not chains. They're individually owned, and they're all different, but they're required to use the same menu at all of them. They have a formula of how to cook food because they're trying to create a uniform Thai flavor. So all these restaurants around the U.S. have recipes created by the Thai government to promote the country of Thailand. Sounds really cool, right? This is why if you've been to a Thai restaurant, you'll notice every one of them, if you've been to multiple, they all have yellow curry, green curry, red curry. All of them do, right? They don't have that here. That's an American thing. Like, you go to a Thai restaurant in Thailand and you open up the menu, it's like, where's the green curry? It's not Thai food. They might have like some curry at some restaurant, but they give it to not like it's a completely different menu. So the Thai food in Thailand is not the same as the Thai food we eat in the U.S. Which, by the way, I heard the same thing with Chinese and all these other things, but I had no idea that this was like a brilliant marketing plan. I don't know if that's a maybe that was a boring story I just told, but I think it's super interesting because, like, well, how creative is that? You know, like create a culture of like Thai food. Do I have a video that shows me teaching a person who's never thrown? If not, may I suggest it? I love this suggestion. I don't have a video of someone who's never thrown, although I am in September. Is it September? We're going to be in Germany. They're making a documentary. A German company is making a documentary about me coming to Germany in September, and they want me to go around the country introducing disc golf, because disc golf's not very big in Germany at all. And they want me like telling people all about disc golf, people who have never heard of it before. So I guess I'll probably be doing some of that in September. But I like the idea, or at least a video, even if I'm not showing someone, maybe make a video how to introduce disc golf to someone for the first time. Yeah, John, count on it. I'll make that video. It's a great idea. In fact, not only is it a great idea, but I'll take credit for the idea, because only 70 people saw that you came up with the idea, but on my video, I'm going to tell thousands of people that it was my idea. There.
Don't get butthurt.
Okay. Dang, should I go there and get my surgeries and my teeth done? Go read the reviews. It's like the medical care in all these countries is top notch at the private hospitals. Most of the doctors have studied or dentists have studied in the US or Europe. There's nothing, there's nothing about it that's even remotely third world at these facilities. Here's the cool thing about the medical care here too. It's not just that it's cheaper, even though it is way cheaper, but it's so cheap that, because I have other things I'm doing, Adrian. We're both doing multiple medical procedures here because we can have disc golf for a living. This is how we can afford to do medical procedures. We're not having to consider price. What we can do is actually get the best surgeon or the best dentist in the entire country of Thailand, and it's still so affordable that it's not just that it's cheaper, is that we can actually go for that person that has 600 reviews on Google and they're sitting at 4.97 stars for the work that they do. I'm not exaggerating. Half the people at the tournament in Thailand, literally half the people here are doing surgeries while they're here. A lot of it dental, because it's like, like I'll tell you right now, I'm doing implants for my teeth. I hate my teeth. They're gross. I'm older. It happens, right? I got a quote in the U.S. to do my teeth. What I want to do here, $40,000. Is that what it was, right? Yeah. They want $40,000 to do in my teeth. It's going to cost me like $3,000 in Thailand for the same exact thing. By the way, all the implants and all the equipment and everything, they're all made in the U.S. It's the same exact equipment, trained by the same training facilities.
Name brand. It's
the same name. It's not even a knockoff.
Yeah.
It's the same name brand, everything. It's $3,000 instead of $40,000 for the same exact procedure. What role would you cast me in for your movie or your musical? Oh, Benita, let's see. Who would I cast you as? Let me think about that one. It could be like so if it was a fictional story, I could cast you as like the Mrs. Miyagi character, right? Kind of like Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters. Like you could be like Mrs. Miyagi. What? Let me. That's a really good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. And as far as my musical, if you can sing, anybody that can sing in my musical, I'm probably find a home for. At the Samui Swine, you kept throwing a wild overhead throw with a thumb, I think. Thumber. Is that a shot you find to use once in a while, or something special about that course? So a couple things. I was throwing thumbers a lot on the course. I think I threw 4 or 5 of the holes thumber. It's just a complete coincidence. I throw the shot that I feel will give me the best chance of birding. Everybody looks at every hole differently. Like there's not one way to play a hole, because you look at a hole and it's clearly a backhand hyzer skip shot under the branch. Like you can look at a hole and say that. Well, that's true on the surface. But then you have to weigh in the fact that, okay, I know that's the shot. The sidearm window is a little bit smaller, but maybe I'm so much better at the sidearm than the backhand that for me, the sidearm is the correct shot, even though the hole, it doesn't appear to be the correct shot. It just so happens that I can throw my thumber, I can put that thing on a dime. Go watch the video of Samui. I mean, every time I throw the thumber, just about every time I stuck it right next to the basket. I'm really good at that shot. And I have some weaknesses in some areas of my finesse game. I say weaknesses, but I'm just better at the thumber. So I'll throw the thumber. I would throw the thumber 18 times if there were 18 holes to lay themselves out. But I've also played multiple tournaments in a row where there's not a single thumber hole. So it's not that I'm forcing that shot. It's just that course happened to have those types of shots. So yeah, so that's why I throw that shot. The weakest part of my game to this day is my backhand finesse. And it's not that it's bad. Like I'm probably, if I threw all backhand finesse shots on a course that was all backhand finesse, I'm probably still like a 980, 970, 980 player. But relative to other parts of my, if I can throw 18 sidearms, I'm like a 1030 player, right? So it's like, it's, even though I'm not terrible at it, it's my weakest part. But the thumber is, it's a great workaround for me.
Ask them, can they hear the music?
Oh, by the way, can you hear the music in the background? There's monks chanting.
There's wind, so they might not be able to.
Yeah, you might not be able to hear it because of the wind. There was a funeral. It was so funny. There's the person that owns the property to actually apologize to us because there's a funeral. A 19-year-old kid,
17.
A 17-year-old kid, just not too far from here. Actually, I posted a video of this on my adventure page. He died recently, and so the funeral went on for 4 or 5 days, where they were singing and they were chanting. It was like that's what the funeral, and it starts very early in the morning. It goes throughout the day, and the person who owns the property was kind of like going, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This is what happens out here. I know it probably woke you all up." But we actually came out and sat on the porch just to listen. Not that we're certainly, obviously not enjoying the fact that someone, some kid died, but just because it's such a unique experience to hear an entire family chanting and praying, that it was, we weren't like upset that it woke us up. We actually were like embracing the fact that we got to experience this thing. Like I didn't know that happened. Did you know that happened?
Well, I know a lot of different cultures have.
Every culture has different.
Yeah, but I didn't know this one specifically. No.
Yep. Oh my gosh, get fetch coffee. This is the owner of the property. What's up, world?
And
all right.
Hero. Not all heroes wear capes.
Not all heroes wear capes, but
coffee.
all heroes bring coffee. Yeah. It's even like a Western coffee bot too. And the can of
some milk. Our refrigerator went down, so
that's perfect.
Right now.
Hey, why don't you give a quick pitch about your property here? Oh my God, did you bring out
Well, we've got delicious fruit.
Oh my God, that's just randomly just shows up a plate full of fruit.
Yeah.
Is that durian?
No, that's just apple.
Apple.
It's exotic, rare fruit called the apple.
Good. Yeah, durian's the worst. Okay, so tell everybody why they should come to, about your property.
Oh man, it's sweet here. We're like the true countryside kind of feeling. I mean, a lot of people go to Angkor Wat, which is 20 minutes away. So, I mean, just one of the most special places in the world, not counting disc golf. And then you come out here and you get to see the countryside and play disc golf. And so it's just incredible.
Yeah, we're like there's rice paddies that are out of bounds.
Yeah,
on the course, like there's marked off areas because you don't want to be stomping on the rice paddies because the people they grow. And listen to this about how this works. A lot of the rice paddies, the people that are growing them, they're not growing them on their own property.
Yeah,
But the person that owns the property, if they're not using that space, isn't going to have a problem with you growing rice on their property because they're not using the space.
Yeah, it's very shared.
It's very communal, and it's a real interesting thing. But like if it's a good piece of land, you can just use it.
Yeah, and they rotate through, and so the rice is just gorgeous when it's growing. So
yeah, we saw all the rice being dried.
It's kind of fading right now, like they're just cutting. There's a little bit of rice left, but it's right at the end. So then, this is what's sweet for us is then our course can expand to 18 holes, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's just amazing. I think in a little bit, I'm going to try to get these guys to go down to a temple called Wat Chade, which we throw a tournament at. So we throw over the moat of the temple and then around and come back, and that's pretty sweet. It's a famous temple because some really gnarly things happened there in the 70s. And then only 40 years later, we're watching Muay Thai fights and playing.
During the killing fields, during the Pol Pot era,
Khmer Rouge, yeah.
Khmer Rouge, they lined up how many monks?
Yeah, this temple, it's called Wat Chade, and they burned down the temple and then they executed 64 monks.
So 64 monks lined up, executed them. The bullet holes are still in the temple. Yeah, we're gonna go with you.
Yeah, it's really close. It's like 2 kilometers.
Yeah, so, and we're gonna go there. And then
yeah, so it was just tragic, crazy times. And then 45 years later, we're throwing sea tears at the temple. So that's pretty cool. And then we call the tournament a holiday in Cambodia, which is, makes sense.
Right.
You know.
Badass.
Yeah, it is. So this is the property here. You got these huts here.
Yep.
There's 18 holes. It's close to one of the most famous destinations in the world.
Yep. Pub streets. If you want to party and rage, 20 minutes away. Anchor Wat's 20 minutes, and we're right here.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for the coffee.
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah, and the fruit and the fresh fruit. It's crazy.
Heck yeah.
So, anyways, that's it. That's the owner of the property. Yeah, it's crazy. Pop up next question. I look so old in the video because I couldn't shave. I couldn't figure out how to get the hot water to work so I could shave. So I feel. Have I been able to get by in English? Okay. Yeah. So it depends where you are. Like in Malaysia, Singapore, everyone speaks English. In Malaysia, most people speak English. In Thailand, less. In Indonesia, none. Cambodia, very, very little. But the thing is, like every time I need to use the toilet, all you do is like you put your knees together and hop up and down, and people know what that means.
Most people know a few words too.
They know a few words. They know toilet, food.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't like. But so we like the fact that it's like to us it's fun not speaking English because when we go to a restaurant, every time we order food, we're only like we're 50-50 on if we get what we ordered.
What we think we
ordered. We've gotten like I'd say about 50% of the time it's something we didn't order, and we don't send it back. We just eat what they bring us.
Well, it might not be what we think we ordered, but it is what we asked for. Whatever that.
Yeah. So we probably got what we ordered. We just didn't know. Because you point to the menu and you say one, and you point to something else and you say one, and then you say so. And then there's two of us, but then that turns into the two of something. Mm-hmm. There's also a lot of places like a lot of the stands out on the streets. There's like all this like uncooked meat on sticks, for instance, and all you do is they hand you a plate and you just grab all the sticks and you put all the sticks of meat on the plate, and then you hand them the plate and they just. Like you pick your food and then they cook it for you and hand it back to you cooked with seasoning and all that stuff. Like that's really easy. So yeah, it's easy. It's fun. Like the thing is you can't like what's gonna go wrong? Like you get food you don't want, or the taxi takes you to like someplace you weren't trying to go. Like the taxi costs 75 cents to drive you halfway across town. Like so like if you go you like just get out where they drop you off or have them.
One trick with the taxi is to map the location on your own phone so you can watch if they like deviate from the course.
Oh yeah. On our own phone we will map the location. Well, they have Grab, which is basically like Uber, which is great. And then we have it on our phone so we can tell if they're going the wrong direction. But that's the adventure. That's the fun of not going to a Western country. To me, it's exciting. You know, like you just don't know what to expect from day to day. It's pretty fun. How hard has it been to keep lugging my discs from country to country? Okay, so actually, surprisingly easy, and I'll tell you why. I'm only traveling with 4 discs. What I was doing. So we took our the banana just hit the ground. We basically took everything we were traveling with in New Zealand and Australia because we had a car there because you needed a car. It's such a big area. We got rid of everything. We bought 2 backpacks and we put everything into one backpack each. Everything we own is in that backpack. So if it didn't fit into the backpack, we threw it away. And what we were left with was like each of our backpacks has like 6 shirts, 3 shorts or skirts for you, 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks because we wash those as we go, a bathroom bag of bathroom stuff, prescriptions, and the laptop. That's it. That's all we're traveling with. And I'm traveling with 4 bergs and 1 putter. And that's just so I can practice. I carry the bergs because then I need less space. I only need like 70 meters and I can throw pretty hard with a berg to practice. And I leave my discs at the tournament with somebody who's going to be at the next tournament, and they bring them to the next tournament for me because they're usually like flying back or they have a car or something like that. So I'm only traveling with 4 discs. And that's all I'm going to have with me all the way until Europe. But we've already shipped. We have merchandise and everything waiting for us in Denmark. So once we get to Europe, I have a tour bus. Actually, I'm going to have a tour bus next year, fully wrapped tour bus for the Euro Tour. So that's going to be the exact opposite of this. I can't believe you brought us all that fruit. It's amazing.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it didn't come up.
I look so old with my beard. I don't have any gray hair in my head, but I have my gray hair all over my face. If I don't shave, I look like 10 years older. By the way, if you go to like my Scott Stokely Adventure page on Facebook, that's where all the non-disc golf stuff is. There's so much cool stuff there that's not disc golf stuff. I think it's way more fun than the disc golf stuff, to be honest. At least a lot of it. Have I thrown any Lone Star discs? I have thrown Lone Star discs. I think Lone Star is an amazing company. They're an up and coming company that is they're going to be in it for the long haul. They're players. They're the real deal. Nothing but positive things to say about Lone Star. They're not fly by night. They're not going to be gone tomorrow. Lone Star's here to stay. They're a great company, and I know the owners. I mean, they're really good guys. I'm really good friends with Chandler Kramer too. Who's one of my best friends on tour. He's their top star playing. So yeah, love Lone Star.
I said you look distinguished with the gray.
I look distinguished. And distinguished is a polite way of telling someone they look old. Let's see, Pickle Media. Let's see.
Supposed to say 4 hands.
Oh,
a pile of 4 hands.
Oh, a pile. You threw a pile of 4 hands for the tournament. How's my arm? My arm doesn't. I don't get sore playing. My arm. I'm in good shape, and I throw with correct mechanics. If you look at someone who throws with correct mechanics, it looks like they're not trying. It looks like they're not. Like it looks effortless when they throw. It's not effortless. Like I'm putting everything into a throw, just like Gannon and Paul. We're all on a long hole putting everything into it. It doesn't look like it for 2 reasons. One is because with correct mechanics, you're not starting and stopping. You're not like going fast, slow, which is, a really jerky motion. But the second thing is the timing of everything syncs up. You plant your foot, the hips, the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist. They all kind of go in the right order, and it appears to be very smooth. Even though your body's traveling very fast, because it's not jerky and clunky, it's just really low impact on your body. So I don't have any problems. I will occasionally have times when I'm throwing the sidearm where my elbow does get sore, and I'll put it in ice, but that's actually very rare when that happens.
It's usually when you practice. And you
It's
turn
usually
on.
when I'm practicing too much,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah, the tournament doesn't really hurt my arm though. Yeah, no, I feel great. I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel so good. Have I been watching Beyond Disc Golf? I haven't been. That's the show on the Disc Golf Network.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't been watching anything. I mean, we're so busy. Um I don't watch a lot of things.
Well, we often don't stay.
And we don't really stay in a place long
The
enough.
Wi-Fi.
And I'm always doing. I'm always trying to do something. So like, if I and then I got work. I mean, I'm still working a lot. So like, if I have an hour like where I'm just sitting there, I'm going to be working. Love seeing you play with Evan, super guy. Evan is the coolest guy. Evan, he's really good too. Yeah, he's a player. He told me the reason he went to Asia was because of me, which I don't think that's entirely true, but that's what he told me. He said that I inspired him to. I guess he got like laid off from work or something like that, and had some time off. And he's like, "Well, Scott says I should go to Asia." And he went to Asia. Yeah, Evan's such a great guy. Yeah, I really, 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 really like that kid. And by kid, I mean 40-year-old. Have I tried your dad's coffee? He owns a coffee company. As a matter of fact, I have tried your dad's coffee, Little Miss Disc Golf, when we were in Christchurch. Remember? Yeah, we went. I think. Oh wait, did we go to your dad's coffee shop? No, I don't think we did. We went to a different one.
He went to buy rolls or something.
Yeah, we went to go buy food.
Coffee,
no, we went to buy food by the course where I did the clinic. So maybe I haven't. But I'll say right now, your dad makes the best coffee in the entire world. If you're in Christchurch, you should get your coffee at and Little Miss Disc Golf. This is your opportunity to plug your dad's coffee shop on your next comment. Always plug your sponsors. Always be plugging your sponsors. They're the ones that pay you. Is the success Paul and Ricky have had mostly due to superior skills or better mental game? Okay, I'm going to tell you my theory on this. And I'm going to risk sounding like that rooster. Can we please eat that rooster for dinner?
That's Tommy.
That rooster, every morning that rooster wants to wake us up, and it has no idea that we may eat it for dinner that night. And yet it still wakes us up. That takes guts. So, okay, I'm going to contradict so many smart people when I say this, but I think the evidence backs me up here. I think success at sports is 95% physical skill and mechanics and like 5% mental game. Now, that seems to contradict what everybody says, right? Because everybody knows the mental game and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Here's why I say this. Go to a college campus, right? Go to a college campus. Go to the University of Kentucky. Go to a basketball school, college campus. I don't know how many, several thousand kids on the campus. Several thousand kids on the campus. The being on the basketball team is the greatest thing you could be at if you go to the university, if you're a Wildcat. Who are the 12 players on the basketball team? Are they the 12 students that are the most well-adjusted? Are they the 12 students who focus the best? Are they the 12 students? Or are they the 12 students who are the tallest and most athletic and who train the hardest with good technique? Right? That's the correlation I see. Now, are those 12 students in the basketball team never getting in trouble, getting good grades, having great relationships, really close to their parents, like never? No, they're just kids like everybody else. There's good kids, bad kids. There's a full spectrum of personalities in the basketball team, just like the whole student population. I don't see a correlation about them having a better mental game than the kid in the physics class that the teacher gives them a passing grade, and even though they never showed up to. I don't see the correlation in the mental game. What I see is they're the most physically gifted to begin with, and I guarantee you they practiced more, they trained harder with good mechanics. That's the correlation. Those are the 12 players on the basketball team, not the 12 players with the best mental game. And I think that's everything. So, yes, I think Ricky and Paul have great mental games. But the best mental game in the world, if they threw with improper technique, they're not good. I don't care how strong your mental game is. If you don't throw correctly, you're not good. I don't care what a nightmare of a head case you are. If you have great technique and great skill, you'll still win stuff. My opinion. And yes, I just contradicted a whole lot of people way smarter than me when I said this, but I believe this. Let's go. Can't wait for you to come to Denmark. What are you expecting Denmark to be like? Well, I've been to Denmark before. I think Denmark's going to be amazing. Denmark is, like, all these experiences are different, right? Denmark is going to be clean and safe, and everything's going to run on time, and everything's going to be efficient, and the people are all going to be nice because everybody there has a job, and the economy is great, and so I expect Denmark to be amazing. I mean, Denmark is. Here's an interesting stat about Denmark. When they poll people around the world, they have all these polls, and one of the polls is, do you trust your government to make decisions that you feel are in your best interest? Like, what percentage of people think the government's actually doing what's in their best interest? And there's a full range. Every country's on this list. Denmark was number one on the poll I saw, as far as people feeling like their government is doing what's in the best interest of Denmark and the people of Denmark. That has nothing to do with anything. I just thought that was an interesting stat, because in the U.S., I think you're crazy if you trust your government. I don't care what side you're on. I'm not going to go there. You're crazy if you think those people care about us. But that's not like that everywhere. That's the most.
Disc Golf says her dad's shop is called Coffee Vice.
Okay, Coffee Vice. If you're ever in Christchurch, New Zealand, go to Coffee Vice. You might even be able to get an autograph from world record holder Little Miss Disc Golf. Hey, Billy. Next disc golf tournament. I'm playing the tournament here in Siem Reap in Cambodia. And then I don't think I'm playing any tournaments in Japan or China.
Japan is asking, so maybe.
Yeah. Well, I might have something in Japan. The Beijing Disc Golf Club said if I gave them enough notice, if I'm coming to China, they would put on a PDGA tournament if I was going to be there, so that I might get to play a tournament. But I'm also not. I don't like, if I'm going to be in China for like 2 weeks, I don't want to spend like 4 days practicing for a tournament and playing the tournament. I really there's other things I want to do in China. I'll still do some disc golf stuff there. I have to get the work visa. Like, I'm going to meet with XCOM and Yukon Discs, hopefully. But really, the season starts in Denmark for the Euro Tour, the European Pro Tour and Euro Tour. When will I be back in the U.S.? So if I say never, everybody in the South is going to hate me and they're going to call me a traitor. So I don't want to lose my entire Southern market and say never, but I don't have any plans until 2025. So at least probably the next 2 years, I'm probably going to, I'm going to do the Euro Tour the next 2 years, but next winter, I'm going to be spending time in India and Africa, trying to promote disc golf in these countries, and then back to Asia, and then doing the Euro Tour again, and then I want to go to South America, promoting disc golf. One thing I can't announce too much about this, but I'll give you guys, I'll let you guys in on a little scoop, but I don't want to give the details about this right now. So the biggest problem with disc golf in developing countries, there's one barrier that is the kryptonite of disc golf in about 150 countries on earth. And that is the cost of golf discs. Because in a lot of countries, like we all know, like things are cheaper to make in China or Bangladesh or India or, Ethiopia. Like there's a lot of places because labor's cheap there in these countries, right? It costs less money for labor-based work. That's why things like manufacturing sewing, for instance, it's very labor intensive. Making golf bags, very labor intensive. You can make golf bags cheaper in, let's say, China than you can in Europe. And a lot of these countries source materials from within the country as well. So if you can source the materials from in the country or a neighboring developing country with the labor, you can make stuff for pennies on the dollar in other countries. The problem with golf discs is the plastics that we use for the high-end golf discs, the polyurethane, polypropylene, polyethylene, they're petroleum-based. And because they're petroleum-based products, they have a global price, basically. You can't buy plastic cheap. It's not like if you go to Bangladesh, you could get plastic so cheap you can make golf discs for 50 cents a piece. The plastic price is fairly fixed. You save money on the person sitting in front of the machine in the hot stamper, but that's only a fraction of the cost of the golf disc. It's material costs. That's, I said, that's the kryptonite to making golf discs cheap. I just, as of last night, I'm working with a company that I think I'm partnering with now that is going to be manufacturing golf discs out of plant oils. And the goal is to be able to manufacture golf discs for less than 25 cents a piece. They could retail at the final end retail location, manufacturing, distribution, marketing, shipping, but they can retail for $1 a piece. $1 a piece is still a lot of money. In Cambodia, that's a day's pay. But that's within someone's wheelhouse. They can make $1 or $2 or $3 and buy a couple golf discs. They can't make $60 and buy 3 discs. It's cost prohibitive most places on earth. So this company that I'm working with it looks like they're going to be able to manufacture golf discs using plant oils and maybe be able to get the cost down. If this is happening, this is the global game changer as far as disc golf reaching developing countries, because all these countries can manufacture baskets. They can source the metal materials and they could build them manually, like locally. You can make baskets. It's the golf discs. Once we solve that problem, disc golf is going to take off in all these countries that disc golf will have a hard time getting a foothold in. So my real passion right now is during my winters is to basically, I'm going to be spending as much time in developing countries, and I want to get disc golf into all these countries that should get to enjoy this game too. But the first key is these golf discs. If they're successful, right now they're still experimenting with the materials. It's tough. And by the way, these won't be the same. Like, these aren't discs that you could. No one's going to throw them on the pro tour. They're not going to be the quality discs at a professional level. That's not what they are. But they're not intended to be. They're just intended to be a recreational golf disc that the masses can afford. And if we can do this, that's where I'm going to be spending my winters. It's just all over the world trying to get disc golf in these countries. It's so neat. It's so neat.
No more questions.
All right. So yeah, wish me luck on that. I'll be announcing all that as well too. And by the way, none of this is a for-profit thing. I mean, if we're manufacturing golf discs in Indonesia for 25 cents a piece, no one's making any money. This is an absolute labor of love for everybody involved. It's I wouldn't say it's a charity, but it's almost that. I'm not making money. In fact, when I approached the company, there's already several people involved in this process, and I approached them. And when I approached them, I said, I want to be involved. I want to be involved in your company. I want to help you out. I said, before we even talk, let's get one thing off the table. I'm never drawing $1 from the company. I don't want a partnership. I don't want a percentage. I don't want any money. You never have to pay me a dime to be involved. I want to bring money into your company. That's my agenda. And they were like, well, that's awesome. Because there's no money in it anyway. So even if I wanted money, they couldn't pay me. So it worked out. Anyways, it's going to be really exciting. So fingers crossed, everybody. If this happens, I'm telling you, if this happens, this is literally a global game changer. And when I say if it happens, it's going to happen. They're experimenting. I don't want to say what, that'd be like a trade secret, but they're experimenting with something right now that looks promising. We'll know this year.
Take a couple of bites of fruit and tell everybody that they need to ask more questions, or we're gonna.
Okay. If anybody has, I'm gonna eat some fruit. If anybody has any more questions, post them. Post them, or else I'm gonna log off and actually I'll take a nap. and then go practice. And then we're going to go to this temple. Anybody have any other questions? Comments? Let's see. When is the last time I 3-putted? Oh, that's a good question. Have I 3-putted this year?
Last one I recall was in Music City before.
Yeah,
Before
like I
you
haven't really.
took
I
that break.
haven't really 3-putted. But you're not wrong for 3-putting. Okay, so I have a video on my list of videos to make. I have with all the videos I've put out, I actually have a list of how many videos on my list.
Oh my god, I don't have a number.
I probably have a list of 50 videos on my list to make. I come up with video ideas faster than I can make them. One of them is called "You're Wrong If You Never 3-Putt." If you never 3-putt, you are playing too conservative. Okay, if you 3-putt too frequently, you're playing too aggressive. But never 3-putting is actually wrong because the lack of aggressiveness is causing you to miss more putts than the resulting 3-putts. And if you're missing more putts than you are 3-putting, you are playing mathematically incorrect. So you're not wrong for 3-putting. It just so happens that my putting's been really good, and I don't think I've missed metal on a putt in probably 10 tournaments inside 40 feet. Like I don't make everything, but I'm always hitting something. So how do I get my snail mail? I don't. We have an address in Texas that we haven't been to in several years, and how often do they send the mail to us while we were in the U.S.? Every 3 months?
Only when we were in the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
About every 3 months, they would send a box to us with the mail in there, and we in 2 years we didn't get a single piece of mail that we needed.
Yeah. Like the only thing we've actually needed was like some certain documents, and like they have to be expedited and overnighted, and
they're all FedEx and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't get mail. We don't need mail. We don't need stuff.
Everything's digital anymore.
Any discs sold from monkeys? Okay, so I haven't seen any monkeys out here. When's the last time we saw them? We haven't seen a monkey since Indonesia or Malaysia, have we? Have we seen a monkey in Thailand?
Yeah, there were monkeys in Thailand.
Were there monkeys in Thailand?
Yeah.
Okay, there were monkeys in Thailand. No, so I have yet to have a disc stolen by a monkey. But it's a real thing. Like I know that happens because they steal whatever they steal. Oh, I will tell you what the monkeys did do to us.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I should post a video. I have a video of this, and I haven't posted it. So we're crossing this bridge. We're in Penang, outside of Penang Hill. We're in Penang, Malaysia, and there's this bridge that we crossed without incident. When we decided to come back, hiking across the bridge, there was an entire family of monkeys on the bridge. And they're like this big, okay? They're like 1.5 feet tall. Like, I could totally fight a monkey. But if they bite you, it can get infected. Like I heard about somebody, they got bit on the arm, the infection went into their hand, and they lost use of their finger. So, like, a bite from a monkey actually could be, like, career-ending for me. So it's a real thing to be concerned with. But they're still like 1.5 feet tall. They look like little teddy bears, right? They look adorable. So all these monkeys are on this bridge. And as we start getting close, they just start looking at us, making faces at us.
Hissing.
And you get closer,
really
and they're like, they start hissing at us. And we're like, what the hell's going on? And next thing we know, we kind of walk by. This is long video. I walk by this monkey sitting at the edge of the bridge, and he's just like mad dogging me the whole time. Like, he's over here staring at me. It's like, and I'm filming him. So I walk by, he's tracking my camera with his eyes, and we walk by the first monkey, and I'm thinking, why are you not getting out of the way? All you got to do is jump onto the trees, because there's like, it's a canopy bridge, right? There's like all these trees. And then all of a sudden, this gigantic monkey jumps out of the tree. I guess he's like the alpha male of the group, lands on the bridge, stares at us, and then starts walking us down. And next thing you know, we're backing up, and this monkey's just like, but except he's like 2 feet tall, right? But like, I'm terrified of this thing because he's hissing at us, and he wouldn't let us. And we finally get far enough back, and he goes back to doing what monkeys do. I got a video of that too, but I can't post it without. I'm sure I'd break some local law if I posted what he was doing on the bridge, but I got it on video.
He was asserting his dominance.
He was asserting his dominance to the females of the clan. Basically, after he stared us down, he was rewarded for protecting the clan. Rewarded quite well, I might add. And so the monkey. So then we're like, okay, that's right. Then we tried like 3 or 4 times, and every time we started getting close, that monkey would not let us pass. And so we had to go hike all the way around because the monkeys won't let us cross the bridge.
Crazy.
Monkeys.
I think we've probably used that word more since we've left America than
What?
I think I ever
Crazy or
used.
Monkey?
Crazy.
Or asserting dominance?
No, crazy. Like when you're in a taxi cab and there's mopeds speeding by at
It's just crazy. Everything's crazy.
Ridiculous speeds, inches from the door panel. It's
crazy. That's the experience of going to like countries that aren't Western countries and developing countries. It's like these experiences are. This is what we want. This is why we're here. Like, I've never been like walked down by a monkey before, like in the U.S. I've never been scared.
I never even thought to be scared of monkeys. I mean, like, did not like apes.
Oh, the signs. Oh, there's even a sign that says they're gentle. They're gentle, kind, timid creatures.
Shy.
They're shy. Oh, yeah. The sign says, if you see a monkey, take a picture. They're quite shy. They weren't shy.
No.
That monkey was like, but here's the thing. This is proof that we're just monkeys. Like, if you want more proof that we're monkeys, here's the proof. Why did the monkey stare down the guy 5 times his size? Because he wanted to fool around with the girl monkeys.
Yeah.
But he would do anything, even like go after some human 5 feet taller than him, just to impress the girls of the clan. Right?
I mean, I would have doubted his motivation, but I saw his result.
No, we saw his result. No, he stared me down and then looked around and went, "You."
Yep.
That was it. Immediately afterwards, it was clearly not a coincidence that like he basically was like, yeah. Anyways, we're just monkeys. How do I keep calm after a mistake? Okay, so you can't not have mistakes. Like, okay, let's say you're gonna play 30 tournaments this year, right? You're on a touring player. Look into a crystal ball. Imagine you had a crystal ball. And imagine, by the way, you're going to have a successful season. Like, you're going to play great this season. You're going to really, really do well. In fact, you're going to do so well this year that you're only going to have 144 out of bounds. You're only going to miss 104 circle 1 putts. You're only going to miss 19 mandos. You're only going to hit the first tree 206 times. Like, for 30 tournaments, like, that's how good of a season you're going to have, right? But all those things happened, meant you had a good season. Well, if all those things are going to happen, why would any one of them upset you? You missed a circle putt. Okay, great. You're going to miss 103 others. Like, and that's really good. That's 90% circle 1 putting for the season, is you're going to miss 104 circle 1 putts, whatever, making up the number. So every one that happens is just one of those 104 you're going to miss. It's not special. It's not any more special than the other ones that you made or missed. And by the way, if you're going to miss 104, that also means you're going to miss 2 in a row, statistically speaking, on 5 occasions. And you're going to miss 3 in a row once. So it's like going into it mathematically that these are going to happen. So why does it even bother you? Like, it's easy to say it's a game, just relax, but that's also true. But I'm just statistics. Like, you're going to throw bad shots. You're going to have bad tournaments. Like, here's one thing I can tell you. Play 10 tournaments this year. I guarantee you that one of those 10 tournaments will be your worst finish out of the 10. Guaranteed, 100%. You're also going to have your best finish out of 10. But if you know going into it, you're going to have your worst finish out of 10, why are you upset over your worst finish of the season? It's a guarantee that every season you're going to have a worst finish of the season. It's not a real thing. Your middle finger recently sustained a permanent injury. Any advice on stability and power with a forehand when the middle finger can't be a part of it? Well, yes. So first off, you absolutely 100% for sure can have a great sidearm just off your index finger. Okay. In a perfect world, 2 fingers are stronger than 1. But in terms of the difference, in terms of the difference between like how much of a power loss is going to be between this technique and that technique, that is not a big deal. Okay. So you can throw off just that 1 finger. With backhand, you have 4 fingers. If you have just your middle finger that you have it like you're not so strong with, but you have the other fingers, you can be just fine. So the thing about, like, if you said I had an injury where I can't do an X step anymore, how do I throw a backhand far? My answer would be, you don't, right? Like if you had an injury where your wrist no longer bent, you had a steel plate in it, so your wrist wouldn't move. How do I throw sidearms? Well, I'd say you don't. But a middle finger, you can adjust. That it is a minor issue on the scale of things that can affect you. It is a minor issue. Now, if it's a new injury, it's going to take some getting used to. But it's that is, believe me, that's one of the smaller barriers.
You're gonna call Tommy over?
But oh, he's already sitting down.
Oh. No, he
But,
went walking.
oh, did he walk over
play?
there?
Yeah.
Is he going to go play?
Uh-huh.
I want to take a nap.
Oh, okay. I thought you might want to get him on before you.
Oh, he already
Yeah.
left. Let's see. We're going to probably log off in a few too. Can you create a tournament that requires all drives to be rollers? I could, but I won't. I could.
Is that allowable in like the?
No, you could. No, not a PDJ tournament. No, you can make a tournament with any rules you want. No, my answer to that would be, why don't you do it? Like if that's something for fun, do the roller open, do the roller world championships. In fact, call it the roller world championships. If you're the only one running a roller only tournament, you call it whatever you want. I mean, there's a polecat world championships, there's a Berg world championships, probably. Make a roller world championships. Is it a set schedule on lessons, or can you do them on your own time? Okay, so yeah, the way the classes work online, if you're still hanging in there, my 6-month online Become a Complete Disc Golfer class is taking signups now. The way the classes work is I do 2 live classes every month. They're live, but if you don't get to the live class, it's fine, because all that you miss with the live class is some of the interaction of people posing questions and such. But you can watch the recording and see the questions that have been posed and the answers anyways. It's that if you ask a question, you won't get it answered in real time. But if you post a question, I'll answer the question. If you tag me, I'll answer the question. I have 4 trainers. I have amazing trainers in the class to do all the form reviews and everything else. So all you got to do if you want to do the for form reviews, you're going to post questions. They're going to get answered by the trainers. They're going to be answered by me. I also do live stream Q&As. Like I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. Actually, I woke up at 5 because at 6 a.m. Cambodia time, I did a live stream Q&A for the class. So anybody that wanted to log on to the class could just log in and ask questions, and I would answer them. So yeah, there's a certain energy that comes with being live, but it's absolutely not required. You'll get everything out of the class doing it recorded.
And joining the Discord server is not is free, even if you're not taking the class.
Yeah, you can always join the Discord server too, and participate.
Join and talk
anyways.
to people who are part of the Stokely community.
Yeah, you'll get to talk to the people that are part of the community. A lot of people in the Discord actually take the class and answer questions. I would like to think that everybody taking the class would give you positive feedback on it. Everyone gets great results. Very proud of the class, and the trainers are just knocking it out of the park. I'm so glad you're doing these videos and shows overseas, because I'm a fraidy cat American that would go to chain restaurants rather than locals if I had the choice. Okay, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with chain restaurants, but it's also fun not to go to chain restaurants, because it's really... So here, this is the kind of the running joke we have. It's like, the reason people go to Applebee's is because the food's the same every time, right? The reason we won't go to Applebee's is because the food's the same every time. Same exact reason. And why we don't like it's just a matter of personality. Like, what do you like? You know, do you like variety or do you like routine? There's no wrong answer. This is why like the cruise ship, like cruise ships are popular, right? Like people like cruise ships because they know what the food's going to be like. It's the same buffet every day. They go to the port, the same shops. They got the same restaurants and all these little port towns. It's that familiarity that they're comfortable with. The reason why we would never go on a cruise ship is not because we think we're better than people that cruise ship. It's just a complete opposite personality, which is I can't stand the thought of eating the same thing that I ate yesterday. So it's really just a matter of finding what you like and like how you travel. But I would say that if you've never done anything like that, if you open your mind, you may find, you know, like what's the worst that happens? You get a meal you don't like?
You're going to eat again in a few hours.
You'll eat again in a few hours. Especially when meals cost $1. You just order something else. So I would say, you know, give it a try. Doubles tournaments need to become a big thing again. I think so too. I'm a huge fan of doubles tournaments. I love that they have faded from popularity. They're not as popular as they used to be. I wish they would be.
All right, we're going to wrap it up.
All right, we're going to wrap it up, everybody.
Hey, show everybody this first.
All right, we're going to show everybody. Let's give you a quick little tour of the...
Did everybody know that cashews come from the fruit? Look, this is a cashew on the tree.
That's a cashew on the tree. Yep. There is the basket. There's the house. These are the mangoes that are just hanging. Did you all know that mangoes are the grow on trees? Who would have thought? This is Tournament Central. This is the pro shop.
What up? What's going on?
That's Derek Robbins, the legend of, that's a fair statement, disc golf in Great Britain. How many countries have you competed in?
38.
He's competed, not visited, played disc golf tournaments in 38 countries. Is that a record, you think?
I think so.
It's got to be a world record, right?
I think I know something that's more.
38 countries. Yeah, 38's. I'm going to pass him in about 2 years. Don't tell him, though. Let him enjoy it while it lasts. But that's the, this is our place here. So, yeah, I'm going to keep trying to get everybody to give this Asia thing a chance. You know, like here's what I would say. Like, I know in the real world, like, you know, we have mortgages, whatever, we're trying to put our kids through college. And like, I know that it's easy to be like, we should just do this big trip. Okay. I know it's not that easy, but you live a long time and you can plan things in life. And one of the things that I think I would tell everybody they should do is if you could do like a 2 or 3 or 4 month trip around Southeast Asia, it's a plane ticket and you could do like $5,000. You could live for 4 months, including your airfare. And if you ever like, are in a situation where like, I'm going to quit my damn job and like plan on quitting your job in like January and come out here for like 4 months. You know, it's so affordable and it's so reasonable and it's such an adventure. Like you can do the same thing and you can go to New Zealand for 4 months, but plan on spending $20,000. It's a whole different, it's just not the same. It's just so reasonable that I think anybody could plan on this in the future someday and do this. And I would love everybody to like be inspired and kind of have this type of adventure. It's like, it's been amazing. And again, it's like, I'm not rich by any stretch. And you know, when meals cost $1 and your hotel costs $10, it's like, it
feels free.
It feels like almost free, you know, at least, you know, compared to what we're used to in the US. So anyways, everybody stick it in the back of your head. Just kind of like, if you ever have any questions about it, I'm happy to help, but you know, put it on the list, put it on something you're going to do someday. Hey, once I get the kids off to college, I'm going to quit this damn job I have. Well, maybe you can set aside, you know, 4 or 6 months and do something that you'll never regret. All right, that's my little soapbox.
They're
for
asking
the
about
minute.
the house. That's actually the owner's.
No, that's the owner's. That's the owner's house.
Yeah, but you can walk over the front of the bungalow and then
Yeah,
show
I'll
them
walk
under,
over to the front of the
show
bungalow.
them under in the house.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll show you guys one more thing here. So this place here, these are the bungalows that I was kind of showing you earlier. But these are the bungalows that are like, they're like fully like there's like Netflix in there. Netflix air conditioning. It's like $20 a night. There's these little like huts here. These are just for like hanging out in, with like hammocks and stuff. You just kind of like sit around. You can just relax. And when you want to go to town, your taxi's going to cost you. I mean, if you pay it like it's a tuk-tuk, right? It's like a motorbike that's going to pull you on like a car. It costs you $1. It costs you $2 to eat. I'm not exaggerating, y'all. This is in everybody's wheelhouse. You guys can do this, or some version of this. All right, I'm off my soapbox, but love all of you that stuck around, and I have so much fun talking to you guys every week. So thank you so much. We will see you again next week. From where are we going to be? We'll be in Bangkok next week. I'm going to be getting a couple surgeries next week. Let's do a live stream before the surgery, because after the surgery.
It's on Thursday. It's on our Thursday. They're Wednesday.
So we'll do it next week from Bangkok.
You'll be out of commission on Friday.
I'll be out of commission the day after, so it'll be my last chance. All right, see you everybody. Bye.